Hey guys, welcome back. This is Aiden. Welcome to our Journey Series podcast, where today we're going to be talking about the Hochunk Gaming and Casino Resort, where my wife and I stayed over the break. So tag along with us and enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Journey Series podcast, and today we are talking about the Hochunk Gaming and Casino Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Aiden stayed there with his wife, so we're just going to be talking about this casino and resort and highlighting it for you guys. So if you're planning a trip to the Wisconsin Dells area this summer, or maybe you're in the middle of planning one, we can give you some tips and tricks for this resort and casino. Right away, not to be confused, they do have several locations across the state of Wisconsin, but we today specifically are just talking about the one that is located in the Wisconsin Dells area. If you're heading to the Dells, this is your place.
Yes, it is. So let's get started with the stay portion. My wife and I, we went up there over the break that we took. We got a free night stay.
How'd you get that?
Yeah, so I work with a whole bunch of gamblers, and one of them had a free night stay that they got, and I said, hey, it's my wife's and I anniversary coming up. We were just talking, and then the person said, hey, I have a free night stay. Would you like it? And I was like, sure, let's take it. So that's how we got up there on the 30th. We went up December 30th. Our anniversary is on the 31st. And we mostly did it because we like playing bingo. And they had this huge bingo bash that they were doing it over on the 31st. So
yeah, so I have their website pulled up, and they do have tons of events going on all the time. And we would spend probably this entire podcast if we were going to go through every single event that they have planned for the year. But if you're ever curious, their website is www.ho/chunkgaming.com/Wisconsin Dells, and you can see their events page, and you can go through all of that to see what they have going on for the year. I know they have a huge event when it comes to like New Year's Eve and things like that. So if you are planning to stay at this resort around major holidays like July 4th or, like I said, New Year's Eve or even New Year's Day, let's say, or even around Christmas, their rooms tend to book up fairly quickly. And if we're talking about just Wisconsin Dells in general and the price ranges, this is probably more on the cheaper end of things for a stay at the resort. So let's just do a quick overview, Aiden, if that's okay with you, of the resort so people know where we're talking. So this resort is located at South 3214 County Highway BD in Wisconsin, Dells area. They're open 24 hours, so if you decide you want to get a room at 3 in the morning, you can go to this place and probably get a room there. They have a total of 302 rooms at this resort, and there's tons of different selections that you can choose from when you stay here, and I'm just going to go through these for all of you so you know kind of where we're talking, and then we'll get more specifically into Aiden's stay and where he stayed into, but just right off the bat, this is probably not the resort for the kids. I know they have things that they can offer you for kids on property, but this is a casino at large, and you probably don't want to show up, much like when we've talked about our Journey series in the past, like going to Vegas. This is not somewhere to probably take a younger kid. They're not going to have a whole lot to do. They do have a pool on property, I believe, but it's again not something. It's more adult friendly. So please, if you're wanting to go down the water slides and all those things, take a listen to our Kalahari Journey series podcast coming up, where we're going to talk more specifically about that. It's a family and kid type resort. So just in the rooms at here at Hochunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, they have what's called the Premier King Room, which is probably the more common one that we hear about. Luxury king bed, soothing rain shower, other premier amenities that you can get there. They have the Premier Queen Room is another very traditional room. Premier hospitality. Enjoy 2 luxury queen beds, soothe rain and shower, tub, tons of amenities there. Then you're going to go up into the next category, which is going to be Deluxe King, Deluxe Queen, Deluxe Handicap King, Deluxe Handicap Queen. So just so you're aware, that kind of gets more in the pricey range. And I think for a one-night stay here, I mean, I know you stayed here for free, but we went through it. We did the math for like, we're filming this, on this podcast in February. So we kind of did some real quick math. Now, obviously, Valentine's Day is coming up. So that's probably not going to be one that we're going to want to look at because obviously the prices will be a little bit up in the higher range because it's a holiday. But on a normal day, like anywhere between off weekend, sometimes even on weekend, you can get rooms here for $99. I mean, they're fairly cheap because they know that you're going to spend your money in the casino. So if you're hearing us talk about this and you see room prices, hundreds, 200s, you're probably paying a little too much. And there's probably a deal out there. There's tons of websites, booking.com, any one of those that you can look at and probably get a cheaper deal. So, but again, going back to the room specifically, once you leave those deluxes, you're going to go into the corner suite king room. That's going to get a little bit pricier for you. You're going to probably at that point going to be looking at the 100 to 150 range. Executive suite. Then they have the honeymoon suite. So fellas, Valentine's Day is coming up. If you're looking for that or after your wedding, obviously there's their hospitality suite. These are huge rooms. The VIP King, the VIP Queen. So you can see they have a ton of different rooms for you to take a look at and book through. And it's, again, not very hard to get a room here. It's really, the price is only going to go up once you're getting around those holiday type of seasons. They also have a phone number on their website where you can call and they'll help you book the room through their website. So a lot of options there for room. And Aiden, why don't you just talk about what room you stayed in and then specifically what you had in the room, things like that. So I think it was the Premier King.
Yeah, so that's the room that we stayed in. It was huge to begin with, so room size, I think they might all be either similar or if not, you're not going to be disappointed. And for price-wise, I was looking for the Valentine's Day weekend just to kind of take my wife up there because we both like to gamble a little bit. So definitely Fridays and Saturdays are going to be the most expensive. Sundays are a little bit on the cheaper end. So like you mentioned earlier, $99 would be the base price for that room that I stayed in. And with taxes and everything, I believe it was like $115.
And you got it for free but you're looking at for a holiday.
Yep, so $115 was what I found for that weekend. But yes, we did stay there for free. We didn't pay any resort fees or anything like that. And I think that's also one of the things that you don't have to pay at this resort. When you do book, there's no resort fee, so that's a plus. But we did stay at the bed was huge. The thing I loved the most about the room was the shower. That rain shower was amazing. I cannot stress that enough. And I mean, if I could, I'd build it in the house once we get it. But it was amazing. I loved it. The view was great. I mean, it was just a courtyard, but because it was snow outside, it looked amazing and looked really beautiful. They have lights out there that they decorate. We were close to the pool, which was great. We did not go into the pool because we didn't bring in our bathing suits, but I did peek in there, and it's like decorated. I don't know if once you go into the hotel, there's a lobby area, and they have this huge display of like bears and eagles.
Very
and,
Wisconsin
water.
Yes,
yeah. So that's kind of how the pool is as well. It's really cool in there. So if you guys do stay, definitely bring in your swimsuits. I believe the pool is open pretty late. I don't remember that time, but it's not like most pools where it's like 9 o'clock. You gotta be out. I believe it's a little bit after 9. So that's great. And then we did it when we went. We did it for our anniversary 1, and then 2. We did it because, like you said, there's tons of events happening all year round. Any of your holidays, there's going to be events at the bingo hall is what we like to go up there for. And the bingo bash was really, really big, and there was a line out the door. all the way around. And considering we stayed on property and we got in line pretty early from what I consider, we were still kind of, I think they handed out tickets and I was probably like 200 in line.
Wow.
Definitely worth the stay. Otherwise, we would have had to drive about 45 minutes to get there, probably at a later spot too. So,
Yeah.
and like you mentioned earlier, they do have kids areas. They have like a kids quest is what they call it. But again, it's a casino. Smoking, they allow smoking in there, so I would not personally bring in my kids or my family there just for the night so I can enjoy a night gambling. It's definitely, I would say, maybe like a couple's night type of thing.
Yeah, and the other thing too is if you're traveling into the Dells, or if you're from out of state and you don't even know where Wisconsin Dells is, it's pretty much smack dab center of our state. So you think about this casino. This is the go-to casino for everybody, and resort really for everybody that's coming in from outside of the area. So this is the one big hit casino. They have some smaller casinos and stuff like that. Part of Hochunk Gaming that are down in the Madison area. But this is the premier spot, Center State. So if you're planning an event here, a holiday, things like that, it is going to get fairly busy. But before we dig into anything further, let's talk about the dining that they have on property.
Yeah.
And you guys will get to hear me read aloud, so bear with me here. I'm reading this right off of their website. So they have the Spirit Bar, and it says February drink special is vodka cranberry, $4. So there's that option. That's the bar they have there on property. They have the Copper Oak Steakhouse and Lounge, surf and turf for $50. 3 jumbo shrimp, fried or sauteed, mushroom potatoes, chef's choice of vegetables. And then if you're heading there for Valentine's Day, again, they're going to have discounts all throughout the year on and what their specials are, but just because we're shooting this podcast right around Valentine's Day, it says the Valentine's Day special for two, $120. And it's going to be all sorts of different things. I'm not even going to get into. You have a whole table full of food if you're going there for Valentine's Day. So that's the special for $120. Their hours are Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10, and Mondays and Tuesdays they are closed, dinner only. And right at the bottom it says, please call for reservations. So I'm assuming this place gets fairly busy, and they want to make sure they get people calling ahead. And then if you're having any kind of private parties or anything like that, they ask you to call ahead as well for that. So this is the favorite steakhouse in the Dells. So take a look at that. And then they have the Stan Rock Buffet, and they got some Valentine's Day specials coming up. All sorts of different stuff. $23 for desserts and steak and pizza, all included. Crab Fest and February 19th. And then this looks like a more standard menu for them. Friday, fish fry and shrimp, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Beer battered, fish for $18. Looks like it's starting at without kids, $23 and $8 for kids 5 to 12. And then Saturday prime rib feast 4 to 10 p.m. Carved prime rib, beef and baby back ribs, all the fixings for $26. And excuse me, I misspoke on that last one. So it says $26 with the rewards card. So if you have a rewards card with you, and we'll get into that in a little bit here. But then without a rewards card, it's $31. Kids 5 to 10. And then the champagne brunch Saturdays and Sundays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. $15 with that rewards card. $18 without. Kids 5 to 12 or $10. $3 off if champagne is not preferred. Hours and pricing: lunch $13 for the adult, $8 for children 5 to 12. 4 and under eat free here. Dinner is $16, $8 for kids. 4 and under again eat free here. Sundays through Thursdays 4 to 9, and Friday and Saturday 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then the next one here is the Hochunk Grill. This is probably the most popular. It's right off the casino floor, and this is the one that tends to fill up very quickly with people, just because it's easy access, easy to find. It's right there on property and right off the floor, like I said, of the casino. So be prepared that this Hochunk Grill will fill up quickly. But Aiden and I both have stayed at this resort, and we both have had their food. And it's actually not bad food for
No.
a casino. It's actually pretty good food. My recommendation is I always get the chicken tenders. It's like easy all-American food.
Right,
It's
yeah.
burgers, chicken strips,
Sandwiches, wraps,
wraps,
salads, just quick grab eats. I do like the Hochunk Grill because they like you said, they have more of easy, quick access food, and it's fast and it's fairly priced.
Yeah.
But when we do go, we normally do the buffet because I think it's worth the price. They have tons and tons of food, not just like low quality foods, like really good quality food.
And that's the Stand Rock buffet?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the Stand Rock buffet.
Okay.
We use our rewards card, so it's a little bit of a cheaper price for us. Instead of paying the full price without a rewards card, and drinks are included. So you save a few bucks there, and then food. Like I said, it's great quality. It's all kinds like Asian, Mexican, American, whatever you want. Salad, dessert. They have a huge dessert table if you're into sweets and stuff. But I think those two would be your best bet to get the most money out of your stay there and while you're eating. So
awesome. So Hochunk grill hours are Sunday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to midnight, and then Friday and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. And they do have some February specials on there, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go through all the February specials for you, but because you may not be going there in February. You may be going there in March, April, all throughout the year. So, but they do have specials, and I'm sure if you were curious on any specials they may have, you can read this right off their website. Then our last spot for food is the Sunrise Cliffs Cafe. They have a breakfast from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., and then they have a lunch 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it looks like, in general, it's going to be right around $5 to $10 for everybody. It doesn't say, and I'm assuming the kids 4 and under will eat free here, but if you have any questions, you can call. And then this place, the Sunrise Cliffs Cafe, also offers room service, which is available 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you don't want to go down for breakfast because you lost too much money the night before and maybe you're embarrassed to show yourself on the casino floor, then you can get the food delivered right to your room.
And then the other thing that's great about the location of the casino is that it's real close to everything downtown Wisconsin. So maybe you're not feeling food at the casino resort. Maybe you're feeling Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever you're feeling like. Just drive, I'd probably say about 5 minutes, and then you're dead center in front of tons and tons of restaurants that you can think of.
And be prepared. If you're a breakfast eater, some of those downtown locations in the Dells do fill up fairly quickly, especially Saturday, Sunday mornings. I remember we stayed there and we tried to get into like an IHOP or something like that, and the line was out the door. So, again, some of these people have been on property for a few days and they want to get some food off of the resort property, and those places tend to fill up fairly quickly. And then they also do have an executive chef on property, and you can actually sign up to meet him, which is pretty cool, I think. He sounds like he makes all things within the buffet, and he's part of the Hochunk grill there, so you can meet him, which I think that's really, really cool. So now, moving away from food and the rooms, let's talk about gambling there. This place is a lot of fun. It's very different. So if you're somebody that's went to the Madison Hochunk gaming location, it's different because that's more of a bingo focus, where this one has bingo, but it's straight slots, which is really cool. So talk about the rewards card a little bit, Aiden.
Yeah, so the rewards card, you can sign up at any of the Hochunks. It's good for any of the Hochunks throughout Wisconsin. Pretty much all it is you put it in. Once a week they recharge your card. You get $5 free play. If you go quite often, that increases. But it's more so you can earn points. You can redeem those points for things like towels, sunglasses, hats, whatever the case may be. But the great thing about it is that you can also get discounted stuff at any of the food locations or drinks and stuff. The other thing about rewards card is that you just plug it in. It records all that you play, and then in case you were to lose it, it's easily replaceable. The other thing
They're not going to harass you at the guest service desk if you lose it.
No, absolutely not. My wife probably has at least like 4, if not 6, of those cards. The other thing also is that you do get birthday rewards with it. So if it's around your birthday month or your birthday day, they get you get to spin the wheel or whatever the case may be. And you earned rewards play, so free money to play with. Also, the casino in the Dells, it's not just slots, it's card games, live card games. They have a casino hall, and they have a live roulette, and then they also have just the
Blackjack, craps,
correct.
carnival games, all sorts of stuff.
So I like the Hochunk Wisconsin Dells a lot more because you get to have a lot more fun, a lot of different varieties versus the one in Madison. It's just straight slots. The thing I don't like about the Dells is the smoking. Madison does not allow smoking in the casino anymore, so that's great. But the Dells does allow smoking. They do have non-smoking sections, but it's very limited, and the smoke still travels. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about the smoking, my wife and I actually were there recently, and the non-smoking area is closed in, which is really cool. And then they actually have quite a few games in there that you can play. So it actually wasn't horrible. It's just it is off in the corner. It's away from the main floor, but it's not terrible. And the games tend to not. I mean, they're the same as what you'd find on the normal casino floor. But I think as the whole non-smoking theme grows at casinos, this one is more than likely, I would say, in the next few years, going to see a whole non-smoking.
Yeah.
So, but be aware that when you walk through the front doors, just to check into the hotel, you can definitely smell it.
Yes, right away.
The rooms are very clean, though. I wouldn't say that you can smell it in the rooms.
I would agree. I didn't smell anything in the room besides what was stuck to my clothes, but the room itself did not smell at all like smoke. The downside with the rooms, though, it is a little bit further away from the actual casino spot, depending on where you get your room at. But you do have to travel a little bit of ways to get to your room. So
yeah, and then one other thing I want to touch on with the gaming, they do have blackjack tournaments. It looks like I can see. I'm looking at this live right now, and I can see that they have some stuff going on in February. So if you're a tournament player, you want to get into a blackjack tournament, poker tournaments, just ask about that at the lobby when you check in, and they'll definitely fill you in on all that information. And I don't think the buy-ins are too expensive. And then what's cool is then when you take first place, like it's $1,000 for this one I'm specifically looking at. So it looks like at least the winnings are pretty good. So I know we briefly talked about it, but just overall, Aiden, would you go back here? Where would you rate this in comparison to going out to Vegas and seeing some of those, and maybe some other resorts around the Dells? Maybe they're not specifically a gambling or casino one, but where do you rate this one? Would you head back there? Would you recommend it? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I would head back there if it was just my wife and I's vacation, because it is more of a solo type of thing. You don't want to bring your family, like we said. You can go with a group of friends. It's going to be fun, regardless of what you end up doing there. It also kind of all just depends on what you're doing. If you want to go for water park experience, you're definitely in the right place, but wrong resort. I would say go to any of the other resorts that are in the area, Wilderness, Kalahari, Mount Olympus, whatever they have over there. But if you're looking to just have a fun night out with your friends or just your significant other, definitely go there. Spend some money. You're definitely going to spend money. And then the other thing also, with rating it versus Vegas, I love Vegas so much that I don't think I can compare anything to it anymore. But it is a lot more of a chill atmosphere, so I like that. It is busy constantly, regardless of holidays or no holidays. It's constantly busy there. So, but I don't know. I like that. I would go there again. Would you?
Here's my thing with this resort. This is not a place where I would stay with my family for 7 days. So if you're planning a vacation into the Dells area, this is not somewhere where you're going to want to stay for a full week. I think this is a couple nights. I would say 3 nights at absolutely most. It is fairly cheap, so you're not spending a whole lot, but 3 nights at this place, you'll be just fine. And also, I'm not going to pretend that I'm a genius when it comes to slots, but in comparison to Vegas, the slots here, to me, are a little tighter than they are in Vegas. So after a couple days here, you might want to take off anyway because you're probably not going to be ahead. The other thing I want to touch on real quick is with the rewards card, some of you might have been thinking about this as we were talking about it. That is a free sign up. That doesn't cost anything for you to sign up for that. So why pay the extra $5 to $10 when we talked about dining earlier, and you're seeing, hey, it's $30 if you don't have the card, and it's $25 if you do. And it's so silly. Go to the lobby, go to the front desk, go to the rewards desk. You can't miss it. It's right in the middle of this whole casino floor area. Go up there, talk to them, get your card. It's simple, it's free, and then also too they'll send you some rewards in the mail. But to answer your question, I definitely I don't compare it to Vegas. I try not to, at least, but I do think it is a great place to go if you're a couple. Don't bring your kids here, but it is a nice place to stay, and they certainly take care of you, and the food is good, and the rewards are nice, and they have some really, really cool giveaways and things like that they do around birthdays. But then I also like the tournaments too. I think the blackjack tournaments and things like that, you can't find that anywhere else in Wisconsin, at least. You can't go up to Oneida or things like that in the Green Bay area and find that. So I think that's really nice. And for my wife and I specifically, it's not that far of a drive for us, so it's easy to go to this place and go back. But again, if you're coming from out of town or anything like that, this is not a 7-day stay.
Yep, and also with the resort, they do other stuff such as concerts. They have tons of concerts throughout the year.
All the time.
Big name bands, small name bands, and they even do like Thunder from Down Under comes there for all the ladies who listen to our podcast and are interested in any of that. And all of those.
One cool thing that I just thought about this. I guess here's a great compliment I can give them. If I'm looking 0 to 10, I think this is an 8, right? But this place on New Year's Eve is a 10. This is a place in Wisconsin. If you're not into going to the clubs, but you just want to go out and have a great time on New Year's Eve, this is the place to go to. So if you're thinking about booking it, go here on New Year's Eve because it's a great place to be.
And then all the events are going to be also on the website. But I do agree. And then there's also just the atmosphere there is just so relaxed. Like, it makes me feel a little bit young again, you know? Because it's sort of a party all the time. The people that are gambling, because there's so many card tables there that people get excited, and it's like, oh God, where am I at? Like, It makes you excited just to be there. So just great atmosphere overall. I would agree with an 8, maybe. Yeah, I would say 8. I would not go 10 for sure, but 8 for overall stay, dining experience, price wise, and everything.
So some of the fan questions from our Instagram. Aiden, what is the most amount of money you've won at this place?
Myself?
Yes.
I'd probably say a couple hundred, but my wife has won $3,000 there.
Wow.
At that specific casino. The one in Madison, my mom has won $6,000.
Wow.
But the most I've ever won overall was $1,000, and that wasn't in Wisconsin. That was actually in South Dakota. So
yeah. For me, I have never won more than 300, but I'm a max bet kind of person, so I tend to lose very quickly. But I wouldn't say anything more than 300. But a cool fact, I have seen somebody at a casino close to me win $38,000, and that was really cool to watch. But then I also was feeling really nervous for the person. Here's a word of advice: if you're the friend and your person you're with wins a ton of money, please don't scream out and say, "Holy small!" I mean, I know it's exciting; it's hard to do that, but there are thieves, and you don't want to let everybody in the casino know your friend just won a ton of money, because they will follow you. So
the good thing though is that they do have security there.
There is a ton of security.
They do walk you to your car if you do win tons of money, and maybe you just want somebody to walk you to your car. You ask them, they'll walk you to your car.
The security here is really friendly.
The bingo hall, I have seen people win tons and tons of money. Like, those people are crazy. Bingo is like an extreme sport for these people. It's all the older women, and there's a lot of older men that go. My wife and I love going to, well, at least I love going to bingo because it's just a time passer. But I've never actually won at bingo. But, just the atmosphere being there and something to do on Saturday or Sunday. Great time to pass So
Awesome. Let me tell everybody where they can find us. First off, we are on Instagram at Traveling Husbands with a Z. So if you're looking to connect with us or you might have a question about this resort, we have stayed there tons of times. Both Aiden and I are probably, I don't even want to count, but we've been to this resort and casino quite a bit. Even just to stop in and not stay overnight, we've been there, but we have visited and stayed overnight several times. So if you have a question, you can find us on Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook at Traveling Husbands fan page. You can also email us at Traveling Husbands with a Z at gmail.com. You can shoot us an email in there and just put in the subject line Journey Series, and then you can put Hochunk Gaming, and we will write you back as soon as we possibly can. Other than that, we are all over our social media. We're also on Twitter. You can find us there at Traveling Husbands with a Z. So any questions you may have, you can definitely get a hold of us there. And then this is our Journey series, so we will definitely have a ton more. If you're going to the Wisconsin Dells area, we review the Kalahari Resort over there and the waterfront properties as well in the Dells. So a ton of Dells information if you're heading there. But again, if you have a specific question, reach out to one of us on our platforms. And we thank you for listening to our Journey series. So for Drew,
this is Aiden.
and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.
And good luck.